on just because one
Oh,
party
we're
wants
live.
me to
We're
decide.
live. We're live. We're live. We're
Oh,
live. No, it finally
okay.
worked. It finally worked. It finally worked. It took.
Thank God.
Yeah, I was wondering like
Okay,
what's going on. So hopefully people are going to start joining now, and we can
Yes.
begin.
And let me see and make sure that it's
Should be
how it,
yeah, I can see it's live.
how it looks.
It's live and
Okay.
healthy. It's good.
Yes, I see it too. Sweet.
It's fantastic. Right, I'm going to quickly put a tweet out about the show, make sure everybody's aware of what's going on, and then
Okay.
then we can get into the show today. So
I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm so nervous to even share. I mean, I'm sure that people like bad people are gonna know that I'm here, you know, but like I'm so nervous to even tweet out things, and
Right.
even when I'm live. So I'm just like, should I tweet it or should I not? I'm sure some of them will show up. I don't know. I'm sure.
A lot of people are, you know, we've not really had that much time to really prepare for this. It's only been a couple of days since we kind of announced it. But, you know, it's pretty quick and people find out stuff pretty fast. So I'm pretty sure everybody who's anyone knows that this is going on. So if they want to show up or not, it's really up to them. Otherwise, they can watch the replay. So
Right? That's true. That is true. I just don't want to be like nervous if I see somebody pop up, and I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, you know what I mean? But you know, it is what it.
Yeah, it's probably better that you don't like. If you want to, you can look at the chat and see what's going on.
I don't want to.
Yeah, like
I do not want to. I don't even. I'm just gonna leave up my. I'm not even gonna get on the YouTube channel. I'm just gonna leave this on the whole Discord thing. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it bigger.
Make what bigger? Like me?
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's double tap. It's double tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured it out. I just want to do that, and I don't want to even look at the chat. I don't even want to look at it. So I'm not going to be. So if anybody asks anything, then I'm going to be relying on you to relay that to me so that I can. No. Oh my God, my teeth look so white on here. That's crazy. They're like blinding.
All right, okay.
Like,
let's see what's going on in the chat. So we got 16 people in already, which is a good start.
Okay.
It's not summit level, but it's good. Guys, if you wouldn't mind, please do share out the stream and on your Twitters if you wouldn't mind. That would help us get started today. You know, I don't really ask for much, but this is one of those times. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind setting some temporary mods today. A lot of my moderators are away for the day, so I'm just gonna set up some very quick moderators. It's so easy to do as well. It's very similar to YouNow. You just like click on somebody and click set moderator. You know. Yeah,
I like the YouTube live. I started to do it myself. I'm still figuring it out. One of my lives was really choppy, but I feel a sense more freedom.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it feels more laid back, and I feel more freedom on YouTube live. It's so odd.
No, honestly,
but I like
it. It's exactly the same for me as well. And I've said this many times on broadcast. Like doing these shows, I just feel so much more in my element. I don't have to worry about anybody. I mean, obviously there are going to be people hate watching me, but there are going to be less people. And it's a lot easier, for me to control. I've got like anti-spam on here. I've got loads of stuff. Oh, Poet's in the chat. What's up, man?
And the thing that I like too is that people can tip. And like you can tip $1. Like who doesn't have $1 these days, you know? And so I think that, if they really, want to support or whatever, like, $1, and that's like amazing. I think that's super affordable, and you're still showing support. So it's like, it's nice. I like it.
Well, I will definitely say to anybody in the chat who would like to support, we are linked with Streamlabs.
Right.
It's in the description of this stream, my Streamlabs link. You can see the little volcano in the middle. And if anybody does tip, it should come up with an animation above me on the screen. It's going to be like, whee!
Oh.
I couldn't get the animation I wanted. I wanted it to be like a volcano with like a cute little thing on top of it. But I need to spend some more time working on that. So I have a zombie for today, which is it's better than nothing. It's the default one. I don't like the blue background. Black would be better. Well, not everything is a custom for you, Crockett. All right, I like the blue. All right, I like the blue. I asked specifically for blue from Shan. Okay.
I don't see a blue background.
But on the stream.
Oh.
No, on the stream it's a light blue background. We got a little brain there. And it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. What's going on, guys? We've got 50 people now watching. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting better, and the good thing, obviously, the thing is obviously about myself and quite a lot of other streamers on YouNow is we are botted by YouNow, and we have a portion of fake viewers. So honestly, even getting 50, well, I usually get about 75 to 100 watching these shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty good, isn't it? I was honestly, I was shocked. I genuinely thought I was going to get like 30 people to my first show. Not with Poet, but like I done a couple of interviews before Poet. I knew Poet's one was going to be good, and just as I predicted, this one was going to be terrific as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, some people are saying they love you in the chat. That's great, guys. That's great.
I love you too, guys. I can't see the chat. I don't want to see the chat. I don't want to be triggered by anything.
Right.
To be honest, even it's so odd, and I'm gonna be talking about this later, but even logging on to Twitch, this is my first time logging in. It said, you know how it says weird things like when you're logging in and it says clearing something, getting ready for the raid or something like that. And even seeing that just triggered me to think like about the swatting. Like it's crazy. I don't know, but yeah, that's why I'm not.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just heard like one of my songs play off for a donation, but the notification didn't come up. It's really weird. I think somebody might have just donated. I'm really confused.
Oh.
Yeah.
It should show on the top of the screen.
It's supposed to, but it did.
I'm not watching your YouTube. I'm just on the Discord app, so I can't see it. That's why I can't see the chat.
I'm freaking. Yeah, I heard it, but I didn't see anything. I'm freaking out. Right. Well, I donated. Thank you, Mama Michelle. Thank you. Wow, we got a donation. I feel really bad that it didn't actually pop up. I feel extremely depressed.
It's odd. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna get rid of this one. Maybe it will take a minute. Oh, could you imagine if it comes in like 10 minutes later? I'm gonna cry.
That's gonna be crazy.
No, I don't think it's working. That's a shame. That's depressing. Okay, well I'll be figuring out at some point.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, was there a pre-show? Okay, well there wasn't a pre-show. I was spending way too much time trying to get this all sorted. Like it was. Yeah. And then I was speaking to Vanessa, trying to get Vanessa set up, and we're having internet problems. So, and I did try to go live on YouNow to do like a pre-show, but YouNow wasn't working for me for some reason. Like it showed that I was live, but it didn't like nobody was joining. Maybe everybody hated me. I don't know, but whatever. And I think it worked, Mama Michelle. Thank you very much if that's the case. But I think we're ready to start now. We've got 73 people in the house. I am rearing to go today. We've been on for almost 10 minutes. So, Vanessa, honestly, the first thing I really want to ask you, just to kind of understand more about you, is what really brought you to live streaming? I mean, you're a very successful woman. You've got a terrific family. You've accomplished a lot in your life from what you've said about on your streams. What has brought you to the shithole that is YouNow? I'm just being blunt. Like that's like what brought you to YouNow?
Well, first of all, I didn't know it had I didn't if I would have known half of the things that I do now, I probably honestly would not have joined. So I'm glad I didn't know all of those things. But
Terrific.
my daughter, well, both of my daughters actually always wanted to be YouTubers since they were little.
Right.
And I was always like, I've watched Shane Dawson for a very long time. I love him. And I've known about, there's YouTube dramas and things like that. So I had always told my daughters no, because you never know what might happen. People are crazy. There might be pedos out there, things like that. So my daughter found the app and she was like, Mom, I found this app. It's similar to YouTube, but it's not. And so you can live stream on there. So would you let me try that first? And then, see if I have what it takes, to be able to YouTube. And so I was like, that's a great idea. Let's do it. So, we both made accounts because I wanted to look into it first. She already had an account before. So I looked into it or whatever, and it took me a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let me look into it more. I downloaded the app. Let me look into it more.
So Vanessa,
and do research.
So unlike a lot of people on YouNow, your reasoning to join wasn't necessarily just a reason for yourself. It was a reason, like, it was something you wanted to do with your family. It was something you wanted to do alongside your daughters. It was like a pet project in a sense, like a hobby.
Yeah, and not only that, but when I did start to look into it, I have major health issues that I deal with all the time, and so my view of life changed. I've been through so many tragic things and losses in my life and heartache, and my view of life changed when I lost my little sister. When I was 16 and a half, she got diagnosed with leukemia, and she passed away when I was 18. She was only 6.5 years old, and it was a very hard thing for me, but it changed my view. When you see somebody that you love going through that, it really changes your view of life. So many petty, stupid things don't matter. You're focusing on, let's, make her feel as loved as possible and her as comfortable and fight this with her.
Yeah.
And when I got sick myself, my views changed even more so.
Yeah.
And I would always share that with people that I would encounter in business and, things like that in regular social life. I love socializing. Right. When I got sick, really sick, I wasn't able to socialize because I was homebound. Yeah. I do have autoimmune problems, and being out in the crowd, I get sick. If somebody is sick, my immune system's already suppressed. So I catch things. You could be across a freaking large room and I will catch it. That's how bad because of my autoimmune, everything I deal with.
Yeah.
And so upon researching YouNow for my daughter, I saw like, oh my God, everybody would always say, you should be a motivational speaker or something. I said, I don't see that happening with, me constantly dealing with my health. And when I saw this platform, I was like, maybe this could be an outlet for me where I can show my views, and share that. And not only that, but share my comedy. I've always been a performer since I was younger, especially when my sister was sick. You can only watch so many videos, and back then it was VHS tapes in the hospital. Yeah. So I would do like puppet shows for her and make her laugh and, read to her and change, characters and reenact things, and so she really brought that out. And so every time I make people laugh, on the platform, I feel that I'm kind of doing that for her again. Yeah. And that she's watching over me while I do it. And not only that, I'm helping others who may be in a very similar situation.
Oh, guys, she has lagged. First lag of the day, everybody. That's going to become a trend when we do these shows. Hopefully my internet's still okay, everybody. I really do hope so. I hope you guys can hear me and see me and smell me and all that jazz. Am I still here? Hello? Oh no? Yes, okay, yeah, cool. Don't worry guys, it's okay. We will get back to this very, very shortly. You're muted. I'm not muted. You can unmute me, alright? Unmute me and then everything will be fine. Alright, I'm not muted. Leave me alone. Great thing about these broadcasts is you can forward it back, go backwards, etc. I'm going to quickly cover this up right now if I can figure out which one it is. Here it is. All right, let's cover that up until she comes back. We're gonna quickly end the call. Hopefully she's still not talking to herself, because that would be pretty awkward, wouldn't it? Alright guys, so obviously the donation system doesn't seem to be working right now, or it might be, I'm not too sure. What I will do is I will look at the end and I will read out everybody who's donated. So if you do donate, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure I get like 90% of these donations, or like 95%, so it's, it's pretty cool. I texted her. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. Yeah, she's got interesting internet. She spends a lot of money on her internet, but it doesn't really seem to be that great. Although saying that there is a quite a far distance between the two of us. Yeah, she's from close to Texas, and I'm UK. So it is what it is, everybody. But that was a pretty good intro, and when she comes back, we can get straight into being a producer. Loki, you're frozen. Oh god, is my internet going to shit too? If so, that'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? That would be. You sure that's not? Is that on like my side, or you're freezing? Oh no! What's going on? He's fine on my end. Thank God. I was so worried then. I was like, oh my God, Gallifrey, you're ruining my life. Well, thank you everybody for telling me. I shouldn't be frozen. You're good for me, Loki. Thank you very much, Roxy. Okay, well, hopefully she'll be back soon. She'll be back soon. If not, I'm gonna have to do some juggling or something. That'd be interesting. I do want to say thank you to everybody who's actually come out today. We've got 90 people watching. Well, just under 90. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. On a side note, guys, whilst we're waiting for Vanessa, I am actually going to be putting up a YouTube video pretty soon. Probably tomorrow or Sunday. Or maybe Monday, because actually Sunday's a pretty busy day for me. But I might do it before then. We'll see. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on Dr. Phil and Tamara, so it's going to be pretty fucking good. Finally, I'm coming to YouTube to do some expose stuff. I'm trying to reconnect. I'm so sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. It's all okay. Everybody here, it just gave everybody here an opportunity to go to the bathroom or toilets or both. It was boring. Yeah, well, that's not what matters. Like, I'm not doing it based off the entertainment value of, whatever. I'm doing it because Dr. Phil team lied, and stirred some shit up. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. Don't worry about it. And it's going to be, especially considering, obviously, January is going to be the start of change for me. I think it's going to be cool. It's actually an opportunity for me to really get a drink, isn't it? There's no cup here, so I don't really. I haven't got a cup. Hope shows brings people to YouNow. See, people say that. People are hoping that like more people are going to come to YouNow, but I really don't think it will. Did she like promote YouNow in her interview? I don't know. What's up, Steve? How you doing? I mean, okay, Vanessa's back. Hooray! Hello, Vanessa.
Okay.
Are we good?
How do I do? I don't know why it's only connecting to voice. Oh, I gotta check the camera. Okay. I'm good now. I can't see you, but as long as you can see me, that's all that matters.
Oh god, I just full screened you. That was scary. Okay, cool. There we go.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
It's so
don't worry.
weird. My old internet, the one that I had to connect to make it work in the first place, that one stopped working. So now I had to reconnect to the one I originally. I'm so sorry. My internet's, it's raining bad and it's just horrible. I apologize to everyone.
It's okay. It seems I'm having some issues now myself because I'm an absolute moron. So just give me 1 second.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh god.
You've been patient with
video. All right, now I fixed it. Okay, I should be back. Hello. All right, cool.
Yes.
Good. We're good.
Yes,
We're good.
I see.
Yes! Great success, everybody. We are back, and we are going to continue from where we left off. My apologies, everybody. It's to give you guys an opportunity to get some snacks and drinks. It's fine. So, we obviously we spoke about how you kind of came to YouNow, and I'm really interested in, like, obviously, you are successful, you know, in business and whatnot. You run your own company, don't you? Actually, which is
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
And I
pride.
do other things.
You do other things as well, so you invest and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I have other, job ventures that I
Really?
work on, and things of that sort. But I of course keep a lot of that private because of people that are malicious and want to do crazy things. So
Right.
I
Right.
wish I could upfront and share everything, but as we know, there's crazy Bill.
Yeah. So what made you want to start, like, tipping people? Was it the same as, like, you want, obviously, doing your streams? You stated, before you kind of liked out that when you do your streams you feel like you can help people. Is that like one of the main reasons why you donate to people or you tip people?
Yeah, I like to I know that everybody has a struggle.
Yeah.
We all struggle through something, whether it's big or small, and we just simply don't know because we just don't go around talking about, oh yeah, I have this problem, whatever. So when I would support people on the platform, their reactions and the way that they would smile and things like that just would make me smile and it would make me happy. And
same for a lot of producers,
so
actually, isn't it? Same for a lot of producers. A lot of people who tip, it's really just seeing the person that you care about, the person that you respect, happy. It's a really fulfilling feeling because you build bonds and relationships and connections with these people. So it means the world, doesn't it? In a sense.
Yeah. Even making a stranger smile for me is like, I love to do that. I think that's the best thing ever. Like, there's you're in the world than to go about your day and just do a random act of kindness and just make somebody smile and just make their day and show them that there's still like good things in this world, many bad things in this world that so many of us focus on, and we tend to forget to focus on the positive. And that was a driving force behind that. And I thought I could and at the same time help them out. And then that's what I thought up until it changed.
So let's talk about that.
People,
let's talk about that. So how have things changed? Because when you first started supporting people, tipping people, when you first came to the platform, it was, I mean, for many people, it's different, isn't it? If it's a complete new environment, you don't really know anybody very well. So there's a lot of people to meet, and I mean, I think most of us here, both of us and most of the people in the audience, when you meet people, you assume the best. You hope for the best. You hope they, and I think that's just being optimistic, really, in this world. But obviously, YouNow is not that simple, and people aren't that simple. So how did things really change for you as a producer?
Well, it started out with people, and I didn't think anything bad of it at the
Yeah.
time, that would reach me on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere saying, hey, you're amazing. Thank you so much, for making me smile. You made my day, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. Here's my cell phone number. Or even like, I even had somebody say like, you know,
Sorry.
yeah.
I
And I
honestly, I
even
find that really weird. Barely any of my supporters have actually, none of them have my phone number. None of them have my phone number.
right.
I'm weird about, like, I don't know. Like, I care about people, but like, especially with somebody, if I know you well enough, I might give it to you if you need it.
Right.
Like, if I'm going to be in your state or in your, like, if I was going to meet up with somebody, I would give
Right.
you my number, right? But like, I've just met
Right.
you. Thank you for the money. Here's my cell phone number. Like, I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know.
And not only that, but they would say like, oh hey, my Twitter DMs or my Instagrams, DMs I have so many of them, so it's easier to talk over text, things like that.
Yeah.
And so I would just be like, oh, I never in my life thought, or could have foreseen, the crazies, so to speak, that were, could use that information in a
Right.
bad way. I never thought that. My mind doesn't think that way. So when that happened, I was like, all like, oh wow, they like me. Okay, cool. They're
Yeah.
very sweet. Like I knew I picked a good person, like let me give them my number and we can be friends. And I'm meeting people all over the world and this is amazing. And and now I don't there's even people, please can I have your number, and I tell them Snapchat has a call feature, you can message me on there,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you can
Yeah.
call me,
Yeah.
like it's not to be rude, but I've had
Instagram as well.
so
Yeah.
many horrible things happen that
Right.
it was a mistake. Now looking back on giving anyone my number, and I
Right.
wish that there was like an intro video when you get onto the platform that would talk about, hey, just so you know, like don't give your personal information. I know it says it in the rules or whatever, but a video, do not, if
Right.
someone asks for your cell phone number, do not give it to us and maybe let us know.
Right.
So so that they could try to put a stop to it, because it's ridiculous. It's so
Yeah, I mean, so you obviously spoke about how essentially people were pandering you, kind of, putting their tongue up your ass and cleaning up all the shit.
yeah.
I mean that's like the starting, what I would consider like the starting levels of kind of manipulative behavior that I see from streamers on here, but it can go so much further than that.
Yeah.
And that's something I do want to also explore with you as well, because for anybody who's unaware, Vanluc at one point was one of the top, if not the top, producer on the platform, and she has supported different streamers with thousands of dollars over the last couple of years. So she has been a monumental aid and support for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people owe a lot to Vanessa in that regard. But when did things go, like, yeah, you know what I mean, like just monetary wise?
No.
But when did things start? You spoke about like the crazies. Like, when did things start getting more noticeable about other broadcasters and other people that you would support?
I think that what eventually started to happen is I saw a pattern.
Yeah.
Text every time they were live. If I wasn't there, there was like manipulation on trying to get me into their stream, like, hey, I want to do something special for you, or hey, they would text go live, like maybe even an hour before, like, and keep me in conversation,
Yeah.
and to make sure, hey, are you awake? Oh, I just wanted to see how you are, blah 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 blah. Keep me in conversation.
That's crazy.
Until they go live. Yeah. And then they'd say, oh, I'm gonna go live right now. I hope to see you there now that I know that you're awake, or whatever. And I'm like, what? Like, like basic hinting, like there's no excuse. Hope to see you there,
Right.
like it's like, so I started to see that. And then came the stories, like where I've just been having such a hard time, and blah 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 blah. But then I would see on social media that they would be like buying expensive things or going on trips or doing things that I don't even do for myself. And I
Right.
was like,
Right.
wow, like, okay, that's not, you know, don't get me wrong, like I work everything, like, and so why is it my you know problem, or my I shouldn't have to support you in doing that, and then when you spend your money doing those things and you don't have money to eat or whatever you're claiming,
Right.
then go eat the laptop that you bought last week.
No, honestly,
Like, it's like,
it's typical YouNow behavior, and you mostly see it from youths on YouNow, like teenagers, but you do see it from quite a lot of the adults
you'd
as
be
well.
surprised.
Yeah, you see it from a lot of the adults
Yeah.
as well, where they
Yeah.
spend a lot of money on partying and alcohol and drugs, and obviously they're not saving enough money for groceries and rent and
Mhm.
things that actually really
Yeah.
matter. And like that, I think that's one of the reasons why I used to have a red crown, and one of the reasons why I don't really support as much is because back when I did, I felt like some people were like, I just didn't want to like co-sign with their behavior or like what they could spend that money on. Like if I know somebody's like genuine and I know somebody's gonna like either invest that back into the platform or they're going to look after themselves, like I'm more comfortable supporting
Yeah.
them. But like you can never really know, and I think that's what kind of like scares me. I don't want to find out like in a couple of months somebody like
Right.
did something crazy, and
Right.
like it's technically like I supported that. I supported the alcohol that they used or the whatever. You know what I mean? It would freak me
Yeah.
out. It would freak
And
me out.
that's why I was still a major contributor on the site until a couple of months ago,
Right.
where and it was, I think that the truce was a point in that decision for me. I had
Yeah.
been back and forth with that for a long time, because along with the manipulation and things like that, also and there would be people that would be in my DMs or my text,
Right.
the ones that did have it, my number, or on Snapchat, wherever, that would be telling me things about, oh, well, that you supported this person and you need to watch it with them, or oh, I don't like this person for this reason, so I'm just letting you know, because I saw you in there. So it's just like I felt pulled in so many different
Do
directions.
do you ever feel like
And
Vanessa? Do you ever feel like a pawn in like in like a
yeah,
chess game? Like that's the way I look at it. Like
yeah,
no offense, but that's
all
where
the
I see a lot of not all producers, but a portion of them, and also kind of smaller partners as well. I see them as pieces
yeah,
of a chess game, and it seems like there are so many different chess games going on all the time.
yeah,
But some people are doing it above the belt. Some people are doing it respectfully, and they're just doing what they do and doing their craft.
yeah,
And some people are being shady, messaging Vanessa saying, "Oh yeah, be on my side." Like you know what I mean? Like it's that's really it. But as we kind of jumped onto the subject of actually talking about this truce, I do have some questions about this. So you've already stated that the reason why you kind of brought the truce about is because you felt like you were being pulled around, and I think it's easy to assume that other people are being pulled around too. So it was like, let's see if we can resolve this, if we can resolve this issue, so nobody has to fight or nobody has to be
yeah.
played or used. Is that really the interpretation for this situation?
There were a lot of reasons, and
Yeah,
okay, so one of them was that.
yeah,
One of them was everything that I would see all the time, like the fighting back and forth, and how things like that,
yeah,
and the people, and there were a lot of innocent people that would get caught in the crosshairs of that as well. And
right,
so one of the things that I wanted to, because of my day, I wanted to be able to set an example, because honestly, maybe it happened behind the scenes and I didn't know,
Right.
but I didn't see a lot of people that were standing up and saying like, guys, like, hey, you don't need to be fighting, like, this is unnecessary,
Right.
and like, let's like all get along, and if we can't speak to each other, then you stay on that side and you
I
stay on
think,
this side,
and I think that
like,
I think
it's
that's
easy.
I think that's because like a lot of people are engrossed into this kind of warfare dynamic that you now has kind of become turned into. I feel like a lot of people fight because there's never really been any peace. And you have to think about it as well, that a lot of people have very justified reasons to be upset with people. But I do have a terrific question for you. Did you genuinely think the truce was gonna hold?
I did. At one point, I actually did. I really, really, really did. And it was so sad when, and I actually started to see like a month, I think.
Right.
I'm not even sure at this point, but it wasn't very long. And so with each day that passed,
Right.
I was like, oh my God, finally, we can have peace, even if there's not, like a conclusion to this, like closure on this side or this side or that side, or because it's not just two sides, it's multiple,
Right.
and um even if they don't feel closure, at least they can handle it in a classy way and not on a stream,
Right.
and and don't, or even on social media, and amazing. And I honestly,
Yeah.
when with that whole truth thing, I didn't even think that it was gonna happen, like go down the way that it did. I didn't think that your session was gonna be for it, and all of this stuff. So that was
So,
surprising.
so, so,
And
so you would
so
say like a lot of it took you by surprise then, like when you
yeah,
when you went on, when you actually exposed Family Going Natural all those months ago, like having all these people
yeah,
come through, like I was very surprised, and I was very like at that point, like that week, I was really really tired because I was like constantly in the middle of the situation. That was back before
yeah,
I kind of veered off. But
yeah.
obviously it was extremely unbearable. It was very very difficult. I don't know. I've always been interested in knowing more about this. But what do you think? Do you think you can be neutral on YouNow? Do you think it is possible to be neutral?
I think I can be neutral in certain situations.
Okay.
But I think with certain people, uh, there's no, they don't even know the meaning of the word neutral, and they don't respect it, and they don't understand it, and they probably never will.
Okay.
And and I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But I just like I can't change anyone else. They can't change, my views on things, and the way that I view things. I do see I think people are confused and think that I don't see what has happened, or I don't see, things that are currently happening. I do.
Okay.
But with the truths, I felt like I was representing so many of us as a community.
Yeah.
And just because, a few sides broke, that truce with each other, it wasn't broken on my side or other people's sides.
Right.
And so I still have to stand as an example for them.
Right.
But at the same time, I see where the other sides are coming from as well. And
Yeah.
it's hard. It's really hard. And I'm starting to wonder, and I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't even think that it's possible
Right.
for neutrality to happen. I mean, it's sad, but it's just the reality that I'm currently facing. Like, it's all been, coming more to a head recently, and I feel like, what, I can't. There's no, I just have to, reevaluate things, and remake decisions, And you know, hopefully with that it can like kind of change where I'm at now and make things better, you know, for the future. And that's all that I, you know, and I'm still working on that. Still hard. I
Yeah.
know where you come from.
Yeah, sorry, we had somebody trolling in the chat. Can my moderators please
Oh.
stay on top of that? Let's not allow that to happen again for as long as it did. No worries, no worries. No harm, no
So
foul.
glad I didn't see that.
It wasn't anything to do with you, surprisingly.
Oh, good.
It was.
I thought it was maybe about the swatting situation or something.
Oh no, we are definitely gonna work towards that today, but no, I think it's very difficult to ask what has been asked to a lot of these people because, you know, this is social media. This is you know, the home of you know, ego and narcissism and loads of different things. Like, it's all about kind of being a brand, and especially on YouNow, I feel like backing down or showing weakness is something that you should stay away from. Like, you very rarely see broadcasters cry on YouNow, and I think the reason why is because a lot of them like understand that doing that, you know, you're just going to be giving other people ammunition to fire back at you, like, oh, you know, and to make fun of you for it. It's at least the reason why I don't fucking cry much or really try to show too much of my emotions when I stream. But actually, you know what? Let's move on to talking about this swatting incident, this whole situation. So you've been swatted 2 times now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first time
It's
happened.
horrible. Like,
the first time happened a few months ago now. I think it's about 3-4 months ago, if I recall correctly. And I remember you putting out a video actually showing the whole situation as it happened to be, you know, serve as a warning for everybody else. And I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching this stream probably watched that video, but it was very unsettling, and it was very it was very stressful. But it happened again just the other day. Honestly, I couldn't even imagine going through that once. So the fact that you went through that twice is insane. So you went live to speak about it, and I'm asking you a question, Vanessa. Why did you decide to go? Like, it didn't happen on broadcast. Why did you decide to go live and speak about it? Was it the same reason as the first time, to kind of give it, you know, to kind of explain this is a problem?
The second time was more of like, you pissed on my territory, and so I want to let you know I'm not going to allow that to happen. And there was another time where this time, you know, my son could have gotten shot, and again, so I want you to know, like, I'm not a weak person.
Right.
And I'm not gonna bow down to anyone.
Right.
Especially not someone who is trying to use keys to intimidate me and my family, and to scar us as deeply as they have. Like, that's where I felt back to a corner, and I was like, okay, look, now, like, I'm in a corner, claws are gonna come out, because no one in their right mind would be okay with their family in this situation and just be quiet. Like, you know, I was advised by some people to just not say anything. And when I was told that, I was like, wait, what? Like, no, I want to say something even more now, because why should I be quiet? That's like if my child telling me they're being bullied in school, and I'm telling them, don't say anything, you know, just keep quiet about it. It would just continue. Like, no, you have to face the bully. You have to confront them. Hey, you might be messing with me, but guess what? I'm not going to stay quiet about it. I'm going to bring awareness to it even more so. And whatever evidence I collect on you, I will make sure to show everybody know, you know, and it's not going to be a secret. I will not allow you to privately intimidate me. It's not going to happen.
So do you think the 2 situations are connected, the two attacks? Do you think it's the same person?
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's like everybody, will ask me like, or tell me even like, oh, I think it's this person, or who it is, and it's this person, or
Really?
look, it's this person that, yeah, and
So there's
and
like a
I
witch
said the
hunt
same
going on
thing.
then. There's like a witch hunt.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
and I've said the same thing to every single person, and you can watch my replays.
Yeah.
I've said the same thing until I know and have collaborating evidence to prove who it is. I'm not going to throw out assumptions and
Right.
make my idiot if I'm assuming something that in the end is found to be not fact.
Right.
I go by facts and I go by evidence, and that's what I do.
So you went on and you spoke about it, and then things kind of got weird, didn't they? Priestley came
Yeah.
in, who is known on YouNow as a troll.
Yeah.
And also Rose Session came on, who's pretty infamous in the community as somebody who legally doxes people's information and et cetera, et cetera. So, two very volatile characters in the same place, and you had a phone call with each of them. And you got a lot of backlash for this, didn't you? You got a lot of backlash for bringing them on.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that? Why did you decide to bring them both on and speak to them both?
I think with Priestley, it was because it was weird. I didn't mention his name, and he was saying, "Oh, someone told me you're talking about me," and I was like, "Why are you why are you telling me these things?
Right.
Like, was it you?" So when I was seeing this in the thing and he called, I was like, "Okay, I want the truth."
Right.
And if he's going, because he's very, I mean, he's said things, even self-incriminating things that are true or not. But I thought, if there's a possibility that he can speak the truth, then I'm going to open up to that possibility.
Did you not know who he was
I
before?
didn't
Did you
know it was gonna be so.
did you not know who he was before you brought him on? Were you aware of Priestley in the past?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know that he had reached out to me in the past and was
Okay.
really didn't know about a lot of the things that he would do
Right.
behind the scenes. And I had just had surgery.
Right.
I'm at the tail end of my recovery. So I was completely off of the current things that are happening, with the Candy situation and all of that stuff.
Right.
And I didn't even know about the threats he had made, to Iron Mouse and to Brady's children. I did not know about that.
Right.
I did not know about a lot of things that have come to light about him. I did know, the only thing that I did know is that he had reached out to me once, asking about Brady. He continually tried to reach out to me to, he was like obsessed with Demi at one point, Demi Imbries.
Yeah.
And I blocked him or whatever. And but he uses different names. When he was nice to me on Snapchat, and I
Yeah.
did not know at that time until after, when he was nice to me, and I was just conversing, like, "Oh yeah, I hope you have a great day too." What I tell normal chat me, because I try to answer every single person. And he ended up saying like, "This is Priestley, just so you know." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I, was like, "Okay, I'm gonna cordial," because he had reached out to me about, Brady and Demi before. And the messages were kind of like, I could tell he it was not normal, but it
Yeah.
was not recent, events. So I did know who he was. I
Yeah.
did. I also knew that he's tends to, and so there was that possibility that if he's already saying, "Oh, you're talking about me," when I hadn't even named him, that there was a possibility that he might maybe come forward with some truth,
Right.
which
Didn't
I
really
guess,
happen.
I don't know, that was, Yeah, it was crazy.
It didn't really happen, and you were live for quite a while, and you went back and forth from Priestley and to Rose, and there was definitely some kind of crazy highlights, like his crazy laugh, for example. That was, and also Rose saying really nice things about people that she's doxed in the past, like myself. Like she thought of me, she thinks of me as a brother or something. All right.
And Poet was handsome or something. That
yeah.
too, I was like,
I was really confused. Like, are you okay? Are you
not
okay?
saying that he's not handsome.
Are you
I'm
okay?
not saying he's not handsome. I was just like,
it's
surprising.
It's surprising from her. Yeah, it's surprising from her. I genuinely did not expect that. I'm wondering if Rose is okay. Like what's going on. This is weird. But it went on for a long time, and you got very, very upset. You did a couple of guest sessions. You did one with James Rupee and Poets Muses, and ones that I saw. And
yeah,
a lot was definitely spoken about, and a lot was discussed. So kind of moving on from this, and I think this is I'm really curious, why did you decide to like entertain this whole, like, it really had nothing to do with your swatting. You went live specifically because of the swatting, but you made it about the truce, and you made it about like Roast and Priestley and other people. Like, why was it just your emotions?
I didn't make it about the truce. I didn't make it about the truce. The truce was mentioned in the chat, and it all goes. The truce was like it plays so much in a lot of situations. Right. And the reason that the truce was mentioned was because, a lot of people were getting upset that Roast was on the call.
Right.
And the reason that I put Roast on because Roast had Snapchatted me and had told me, like, if I wanted the truth, like, that to put her on the call, and that could possibly incite, Priestley was. And I'm not saying that he is the person that's behind it, but if he was. And so, in all honesty, I wanted that so badly because I don't want this to happen anymore to my, and so I allowed that to happen because I wanted the truth. I still do. And the reason why the truth was talked about was because whenever people see her, they hear her, all of that comes up. And that's the one thing that people have still continued to say, like, well, why did you do the truce with her? Like, why did you allow that? Why did you, and the truce was broken, and yet you still, are cordial with her. Right. And again, I was like, well, it was broken on some people's parts, it wasn't. And I still feel that, as when everybody at that moment came to me as, kind of like the spokesperson, I guess, I don't even know what to call it, unity, I feel that there is a great responsibility in behind me trying to keep a balance. And that's where my difficulties lie. That came up because it continues to come up. Anytime that Rose Session does something, the truth comes up. It just does. I don't know.
I do want to say, though, to kind of putting this out there, there are clear sides to these struggles. You have SLS and Co. And then obviously you got like Just Nation, Roast. There are very specific sides to this confrontation and many other confrontations out there and conflicts on YouNow and off of YouNow. But you yourself, you are not on either side. You've never really been on either side. You support both Ryan and members of SLS.
Everyone.
So, like, I think that's one thing maybe people didn't really interpret, is that you were never on a side in the first place. Like, you didn't betray anybody because there was nothing to betray in the first place. Is probably not the right way of looking at it. And I think that's something that I don't know if I'm assuming it about people, but I think that might be something that people are thinking, is that like you betrayed you know, betrayed them or you're like against them, but really you just want peace, like simple as that.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, going back to what we were talking about earlier, it is I think it is way too much to ask for there to be peace, because there have been grievances that have been done by people that other people will not forgive, and they have got every right to not forgive them. There are things that I do not forgive that people have done to me on YouNow, so I can completely understand that. Honestly, I don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah. And so with recent events and just, you know, with one thing after another and just things that have been happening within the 1 week that I have been back on the platform, it's definitely been even more eye-opening, and I'm just tired. I'm tired, and I know that I can't change the way that I view things. Like, life is so much bigger, the petty fighting and all of this stuff, and, you know, putting out the information because, oh, you know, well, this person said this, so I'm going to put this out there, and well, then that person did that, so I'm going to put out this tweet and be shady, or
Vanessa,
I'm going to be shady on my broadcast or whatever, you know. They're not going to get that.
I really want to ask, is YouNow still like fun for you? Do you still enjoy YouNow after all of what's happened?
I do enjoy it still, because this is like my second biggest dramatic thing to happen within a year. There's been petty stuff you dodge and, you know, just kind of whatever, you know, because I'm just that kind of person.
I'd say there's three. You know, I'd say there's three things, because there's 2 swatting attempts and then the whole situation with family. I'd say that was the third one.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You're right. You're right about that. You are absolutely right. I forgot, you know, honestly, with everything that's been happening, it's all becoming like this huge big blur of just a weight, and it's just all one big boulder. It's not just anymore like, you know, it's just a whole, everything in a whole, you know. And I'm talking about the swattings, you know, the pettiness, the truth things, the, you know, producer support side of things, and the fighting that comes along with that, and you know, everything, you know, within all of that, you know. And it's just becoming wonder. What I've told myself is that I'm just going to, this week was like, I had told myself, look, you're just going to stay in your lane, which is what I always tried to do. And it's other people that come with things. It's other people that like swat me, obviously, you know, and call me like that caller did and threaten me, you know. And it's, if no one with their negativity, I wouldn't have that, because in my streams, I'm a comedian and I joke with people and I make people laugh, or I look at the positive side of things, or if I am having a major happen, I bring awareness to that health situation, and I let people know, like, I'm sick too. You're not the only one out there, you know, and I can look at the positive, you know, so can too. And, you know, and it helps, you know, and that's what I do. So, you know, it's definitely something that I told myself, like, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to continue broadcasting and doing my comedy. And just like when, you know, I shut things down in my chat, or when people do try to call me while I'm live, you know, I've started to turn off my, you know, phone during lives and everything. And, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on myself, and that's it. I'm not going to entertain anyone else's problems, because just like I said, you know, like, you know, with recent things, like, what does that have to do with me? Why if you're having this drama and you're inserting me within it, Vanessa, what does it have to do with me? Why are you bringing me into it?
That is a good point, Vanessa, because obviously there was, you know, some stipulations, things that happened after your stream. There were a couple of people who were very unhappy that you did drama and you went live and did what you did. Like, how do you feel about, like, streamers doing that? And do you think that what you were doing was drama? Do you think that you were just doing a drama show, or it was just a drama broadcast?
it turned into drama. It did. I
Yeah.
won't lie. But you can even see in my replay where that was not my intent at all.
Right.
I had, and I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
and Aj, and I was ready to support. I went on an hour before that stream was to happen. And you can even see in the replay where I'm like trying to get off. It was like at the, I'm not sure, but I think it was like at the 40 like that. I said, okay, guys, I just wanted to do this stream, to bring awareness. I'm not going to
Right.
back down, blah, 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 blah. And, I even was at, and there was even a time before that with something minute mark, but I know that, in order for my
Right.
stream to like count, I wanted to make it at least 45 minutes.
Right.
And so, that wasn't my intent at all. So for anybody to see that as, I don't know what, like a malicious thing for me to do,
That's the way
or,
that it came
that
out. That's why some people seem to see it, which was quite surprising considering all you've gone through this year, with these attacks and everything. I don't know. It was definitely a huge surprise to me.
especially because people knew that I had gotten swatted. And
Right.
so you would think that it would have happened to them. I'm sure that I had just gotten off of my live when I got swatted.
Right.
And I got that phone call first, and then I got swatted. So I, of course, was going to broadcast. And, because I got swatted, I wasn't able to sleep that night at all.
Right.
And so I slept a little bit in the day. And to be honest, I wanted to go live at around 2 or 3. And to be honest, because I couldn't sleep, when I woke up, it was later in the night. And I said, oh my God, I only have an hour till. So I need to make sure and go live and then try to end it before an hour. And I even mentioned, I'm not sure, but I think I even mentioned that on my stream.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to do that, so that way I can go and join, the broadcast and everything. And, it just, and I ended up getting caught up. I did.
Yeah.
I ended up getting caught up because I wanted the truth.
So for anybody who's unaware, what Vanluc's referencing, because it is kind of confusing for anybody who's not listening, Vanessa, there was a streamer on YouNow who was celebrating his birthday. Vanessa is one of his supporters. She obviously wanted to support him, and he tweeted in reference to her going live about the drama and everything, and that's what we're referring to right now. Just certainly, if anybody's unsure. Or exactly, Lexi. But that's pretty much the overall idea of this.
Yeah, I didn't even know that tweet had happened until the very next day.
Did you apologize?
I was just like, I didn't have the opportunity to because other things came about that I'm not going to discuss. But
right.
Yeah, I was distraught by that, so that overtook me even being able to explain myself. I wasn't even given that opportunity, so it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is. Yeah.
And I think that right. And I think that I get misunderstood a lot, and for some reason, instead of going public with things, like I always tell people, and I'm genuine when I say, if there's an issue or if you hear about something or whatever, come talk to me. Right. I mean, I will. If I did do something, I will admit to it. I will. Right. I have. I currently have as well. Like, I will admit doing or any part in it whatsoever. I will take responsibility for my portion and my actions in things, even if at the moment I didn't think that it was wrong. And if my intent behind it was, out of care and love, and I got blinded by that, I wish that more people would reach out, don't, and then decide to do something public. And it's just, I don't understand that. I mean, I wouldn't do that to anyone else.
Right. No, I completely get that. So anyway, that's out of the way. I'm glad that we could speak about that and clear that up. I really want to know about how's your life changed since the swatting attacks? Because this whole situation, it is huge, and I obviously, unless it really happens to you, you're not going to really be aware of how huge it is. But it's, in a sense, it really changes your perspective, and I really want to know, like, what has your life been like since all of this has started? I'm sorry.
It's definitely been scarring, to say the least. It makes me wonder, how horrible of a person must I be, for this to happen to me?
Right.
Or what is the reasoning behind it? And again, that's why I wanted to get to the bottom of that because I don't understand it. And every time my dogs go nuts, me and my children are like scampering to the windows to see if there's somebody out there, if the cops are coming. And, every time, because since I have a business, I get, soliciting calls for like credit card machines and stuff. And some of them do call anonymous. My phone rings and it has that up. I get chills because I wonder if it's going to be another caller. And it definitely is horrible because you can't even be at peace in the one place that you should have peace at, which is in your home. And I don't care if I'm crying. I'm always raw and real. And I don't, if I cry, it's because it's real and true emotion. And people have told me don't give them that or whatever, but no, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be real. And I know that if I never catch these people, one day they'll have to answer, to things when they meet their maker, and that's gonna be their judgment. And and if anything, that's the one thing that I look forward to. If not, if anything, if hopefully they can catch them and I need to get back into the whole case. But I'm scarring. It's definitely been horrible. There's certain words even that I see and make me cringe, and it's disgusting. And every time that I can't even when I go live, I try not to go live every day, because when I did schedule, it's almost like they were waiting because they swatted me first on my partner broadcast when it was the year anniversary, which we should have been happy and celebrating, and they ruined that. Yeah. And so I tend to just announce. I that's why I don't even like telling people when I'm live, which I've started to do lately. But I cringe at that as well. So it definitely has so much. The one thing that it hasn't changed is it hasn't changed how much I love to broadcast, which is odd. If any, I don't like when people try to manipulate as a way of controlling what I do, or even telling me what to do when I don't want to do something. And so if anything, these swattings have made me want to be a success even more, as odd as that sounds, because I'm the type of person that if you tell me that I can't do something that I'm unable to do, I'm going to show you 10 times harder that I can, and I will. And so if anything, I'm actually grateful because, in an odd way, because I health and everything already slipping off and not broadcasting on my own. And if anything, they put that fire under my ass, so to speak, for me to continue. Because if they're trying or intimidate me off of a platform and being off of social media, they obviously must see some type of talent or something special that they don't want others to see, and that they don't want me to expose to more people, because in an odd way they feel that if if they blow out my candle, their candle is going to shine brighter. They're just
Right.
miserable people, but that's their messed up way of thinking. And you know, I think differently than them, and so if
Yeah.
anything, it's just making me want to do more,
I think
and I will.
that's really the whole situation, you know, with anybody who does, you know, bully, people who harass. You see it all the time on YouNow. A lot of the people who are trolls on here,
Yeah.
the reason why they troll is because they don't really have much going for themselves, and it's very pathetic actually
Yeah.
that they would spend so much time, you know, hurting other people when they could actually be improving their own life and moving themselves
Right.
forward in with a legit career prospect, but or a
Right.
social prospect. I've always been very surprised, but that, I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. When I was a teenager, I was like that. I used to bully and troll, and I went through a huge transformation when I became when I grew up. But so I can actually see things from their side, and I think that's what makes it even more kind of like I just want to help them. Like at the end of the day, I want to help these people, but at the same time, the ones that are doing these doxings, these these swatting, things like that, I don't want to help you. Like you're too far gone. You need to go to jail, is what I think. Quite frankly.
Yeah, for sure.
Long sentence.
And I'm working on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really want to end this on a more positive note, and I want to speak to you about more of what you're planning in the future. And I'm not gonna lie, Vanessa. When I do see that you're on, and because you do go live pretty late for me, you've always got a great setup, and you're like accepting, you're having calls running in from Snapchat. Like you've got like. I've actually come up with ideas from just watching your broadcast. I'm not saying that to put my head up your ass, but when you were when you had your Snapchat like hooked up, I was legitimately thinking like, why don't I start doing like call-ins, like radio call-ins, now people like ring into my show, and that's something you did, and I thought that was really, really cool. And like your streams are very very professional, and it definitely made me want to kind of up my game a little bit. So like, have you got anything new planned? Have you got anything new that you're working on? Anything that you're thinking about?
I do have new plans for my show because I had my show The Vibe, and I have different ideas for that.
Right.
The reason why that show fell off was not because positivity lost to negativity. That's not what happened there. What happened was my Wi-Fi situation and my co-host's Wi-Fi situation.
Okay.
But we still are in all the time. He's still my co-host, and we do have great plans for when YouNow implements the 4-way guesting.
That's exciting.
And so we're going to be so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing kind of a different spin on the show, which is going to be amazing. And and also I am working on my YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe, I'm just saying,
do it, guys.
Vanluc7.
Do it.
Sorry, self promo.
I will. But, when this gets uploaded, I will include your YouTube in.
I'm just kidding.
No, I will.
I'm joking.
I will. Don't worry. I need to start remembering to do that.
Thank you for that. I am working on my YouTube channel because I do 2 of my biggest social media, the social media influencers that I admire is Shane Dawson, very long time, and he's a positive person.
My girlfriend loves him.
And oh God, so do
I. She's got his merch and everything. She's got the pig shirt.
Yes, he's amazing. I'm sorry, what was that?
She's got the pig shirt, his merchandise.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to buy his merch, but honestly, I'm always so busy with something, but I do need to buy it. But I've been watching him for so long. He's gone through many punches and he still gets up, and he does his thing, and he's so humble. He moved into a big, huge home, and he was very humble. All he slide, it was more Ryland who was like all into the big, bougie house, whatever. But I'm so happy for him and his success. And another social media influencer that I grew to admire, it was Goddamn Zoe, because he's from the platform and he's done amazing things. And so I do look up to him and I admire him and his success. and he's
Yeah,
had punches thrown at him as well. Continued.
He's really done something that very, very few people manage to do, which is basically claw their way out of YouNow and make a name for themselves. And so many people try and they struggle. And he's I mean, he's a unique character, so it makes a lot of sense. But
yeah, he's so funny, and I aspire to be like them, like him and Shane Dawson, in different, combine different aspects of, their success into my own, of course. But, I do look up to them immensely, and I'm working towards that, and so hopefully one day you reach that level. And that's what I'm focusing on. And again, I'm focusing more and even more driven now in an odd way. God works in mysterious ways. And I feel that with all the recent, it's making me strive to do it even more. And especially now that I'm recovering from things, I feel kind of like a rebirth and a second wind. And I'm looking forward to goals that I want to reach for next year, because I didn't reach the ones that I wanted to reach this year. So, so that's on a positive note. That's what I want to do.
I reached most of mine, actually. Most of them.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Not many people can say that. So I'm proud of you for that, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't even say that.
Honestly, I didn't really set the bar that high this year, but
why did you have to take the compliment away? I gave you a compliment and you're like, because I didn't even do it.
I always backhand compliments that are given to me to make myself feel better. But no, honestly, Vanessa, you've been amazing today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And I hope we can do this again sometime. Maybe not this show, but something different. That'd be cool.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We've got 91 people watching. Holy moly, that's quite cool. So yeah, Vanessa, thank you so much, and I guess I will see you later. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Okay, let's bring it just to me now. All right, guys, so thank you very much for watching the stream today. Who we got in the chat, everybody? Can we get a hello from everybody in the chat? What's going on? I am going to be live streaming after this, so I'll see all of you guys there who want to discuss the stream. If you want to talk to me about some of the stuff that's been happening, I would be totally there for that. I will see you guys there. Yeah, definitely watch the replay and enjoy, everybody. I thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like up the video. That'd be really appreciated. And feel free to leave a comment unless your name's Wildman Chris, in which case please do not leave me any more comments because you've been spamming all my videos. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace. Oh wait, shit. One sec. Donations. Who donated? I need to check. I need to check who donated to me. Give me a second. Oh, terrific. So, okay, so Saltine, thank you very, very much for donating to the stream. I'm going to try and get the donation stuff working for the next show. Thank you so much. She donated, I'm pretty sure that's equivalent of $10. So thank you very much for the $10. I am going to buy myself some McDonald's or KFC with that. So I'll see you guys there. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.